Coba, ada nggak suara yang nungguin?
Every journey has its final day.
Nungguin.
Don't rush.
Ini deh. Di live-nya udah ada suara aku. Maringgoy sampai jam 10-an lah ya. I mean story-nya tuh. Ini kayak
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But
okay.
where are those?
Ntar deh nungguin apakah suaranya kegedean gak ini. Soalnya kayaknya di live-nya kegedean deh suaranya. Segini lumayan lah. Pengen advent. Oke. Coba suara dong. Kayak di lima kayaknya udah paling cukup deh. Oke, udah cukup sih. 5 udah cukup sih itu. Aduh, takutnya nanti kayak live Zhongli kemarin lagi ini apa terlalu rendah suara ininya. Oh iya, lupa bentar. Nyobain albedo dulu dong. Ya bla bla bla. Pedangnya when you sword. When you sword itu ini ya, apa? 5 ya. Oke. Bisa naik. Ya bisa naik. Bisa ditahan kayak main karakter. Ayo lo. Ultinya ngapain? Oh, meledak. Ya. Asal. Awas. Master albedo lumayan bagus sih, tapi entah kenapa aku lebih suka Zhongli, entah kenapa. Ditambah lagi Zhongli orang kan ini apa, udah benar-benar ya sajib. Ada artefaknya set bonus brave heart. Tapi kenapa musuhnya harus cryo sih ah? Oh, ada siangling. Nggak ngeliat kalau ada siangling. Iya, mati udah. Mas, padahal ini yang di HP udah aku tonton pakai headset masih ini ya. Ya, visual mah udah nyoba, BNS juga udah. Oh, nggak bisa pause. Kayaknya orang naikin lagi aja deh, jadi 6 aja lah kali ya. Ayo waifu.
Freeze! Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Anjir, udah lagi ujung.
Don't get frostbite.
No one escapes my sight. Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Anjir, udah lagi dong.
Freeze!
Ini emang
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
oh iya, per ininya kuat banget ya. Nih. Bentar. Oh ya, masih ini. Try. Sukros bukannya udah ya pas di apa ya, try-nya si siapa, Kli ya? Harusnya kan ya itu.
Absorption test.
Cool it.
Nggak mungkin jadi DPS si Sukros. Tapi bisa aja sih. Ada yang dipinjemin itu constellation berapa ya? Nol.
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Ya.
Absorption test.
Invent aja bisa.
Blitz.
Support DPS lah. Padahal tadi baru aja dapet Jin.
Dodge this.
Duh, kayu padahal pakai single sword kan masih lambat loh. Bisa teleport tuh anjir.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Stand clear.
Dodge this.
Come a little closer.
Lah kok continue? Jangan dong. Bennett nih di look light. aduh. Sengaja orang gak cuman hari ini cuman daily doang sama paling bos doang paling biar semuanya nanti di live yang map barunya, jadi biar lebih berasa kayak dulu pertama kali main lagi. Tuh, Bennett masih jauh lebih cepat daripada kayak.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. I'm going in. Out of the way. Everybody stand back. Suka, get eat this.
Loh,
Take cover.
nah kadang Bennett nggak kepental, kadang kepental gimana sih ya. Rage sebenarnya pas pakai Bennett cuman buat buff ultinya doang. Bodoh lah. Ngapain lagi? 17 menit aja nih aku live. 17 menit aja nih yang live. Fine, ayolah kita. Mungkin nggak bisa jadi satu part buat eventnya kali ya, besok lagi dilanjut. Oke, visa aja per ini kan, per berapa hari ya kalau nggak salah, 1 atau 2 hari tuh lupa. Nah kan langsung story kan tadi, untung nggak crafting di sini.
Looks like Timaeus isn't here today. Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus? No, just strange.
Autoplay-nya pas banget ini, jadi pas suaranya habis langsung
I
ganti.
see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I was called over to attend to the store. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If you have any alchemy-related queries, you could always ask me. I do my best to help. Huh? Do I look nervous? My apologies. I don't get out too often. I'm usually in the laboratory where there aren't many others to talk to. If you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book. Over there. Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we? Hey, aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close. What do you mean, research? Sorry, don't mind me. What am I saying? Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. It is you, after all. There's that name again, Albedo. Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt? Apologies, I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist.
Astaga, suara motor tuh, Allah Akbar.
Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy. So that means Albedo is a teacher? Yes. He's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world.
Kayaknya sampai jam 10 ada orang live.
We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to
Ini
solve
suaranya
the most
harus dinaikin
unfathomable
dikit
of
deh.
problems. Wow, Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal. Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently.
Sure, someone is
Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face. I'm sure that Albedo would love to
Sekarang
hear
kalau
about
milih
the
jawaban
Albedo
udah
exploits.
kayak apa ya? Kayak visual novel Dead Simulator anjir. Aduh.
He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out. Paimon doesn't need any help in that department. But if Albedo wants to pay Paimon back for helping
Oh,
him,
shut up, Paimon.
Mora might settle the score. Albedo and Tamaze will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined gentleman with the presence of a true scholar. And... sorry. That's the best I can do. Hey, stop worrying. We got this.
Oke. Langsung ya. Oke. Per hari kan biasanya story-nya ini.
Anyway, let's go and look for us.
8. Oh, ada jalan ya sekarang. Bener gila sih healer. Enggak sih, tadi dapat Jin sih sebenarnya. Tadi dapat Jin sih sebenarnya. Jadi fine lah. Bisa dinaikin, cuman belum full. Terus setnya masih belum dibikin juga sih, set Jin. Astagfirullah.
Stabilize.
Ini suara SFX, musiknya 5, dialog volume. Nah, kadang udah di exit masih aja.
Solidify.
Oh, itu termasuk dialog. Ya udahlah. Pulang sana, repotin terus. Iya, tempat baru. Ini termasuk one step nggak sih? Oh iya, termasuk one step. Chess, betapa indah. Buset, astaga. Udah pengen nonton Hans tadi, cuman pengen live juga di hari yang sama, tanggal 23 setelah update.
Solidify.
Gila, udah lama gak ngeliat Chess dikurung kayak gitu. Astaga. Gak sedikit bermasalah nih YouTube ini. Oke, malam ini kurang lebih bisa sih malam ini. Oh, wait a minute. Aduh, nanti aja lah hunting chestnya. Wait, berarti persentase baru lagi dong kalau ada Dragon Spine 0 nih berarti ini.
Stabilize.
Anjing bau banget, masa kena sih?
This is order. Solidify.
Kalau malam ini naik, nggak apa-apa sih kalau malam ini naik. But bakal ditahan di level 50. Ini kenapa satu udah YouTube suka error? Astagfirullah. Astagfirullah. Baru lagi ternyata. Ya, terima-terimain aja dulu lah ya.
If only we had some help here.
Ya. In Sub-Zero climate, you will continue to share cold. Your current will start losing HP. Apart from that, due to Dragon Spine, a unique line structure in you may have never use some gadget. Oh, will zero cold. Ya
Where do you
kayak
want to go next?
game-game pada umumnya. Terus. Siapa nih? Oh, Joel. 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 Joel berinkarnasi. Nanti dulu aja. Kita main quest dulu. Who is that?
Sister Rosaria, so here you are. Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
Cold, yeah.
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right. I've got to get going.
Baru cuma jadi cameo doang.
Seems like that nun's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... Huh. So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the nuns of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right.
Englishnya diisi sama siapa ya? Nanti orang pengen nonton siaran ulang.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
But she's thick as hell. She's so thick as hell, man. Oh, di sini udah. Oh, di sini masih ini. Ini udah nggak bisa di sini. Oh, berarti Dragon Spine udah beda ini dong. Beda region ya. Hold the button. Oh, itu dinginnya, kirain bakal berkurang, tapi berarti nggak bisa berenang dong. Oh, bakal lebih. Buset, enggak. Wait, bentar.
Come on, we can do it! I'll protect us!
Ini yang nekat sih bangsat sumpah. Ada Jim.
Rise!
Hello.
Another test up. Stabilize. I got careless.
Oh wait. Ini baru, item baru tuh. Bakar diri bisa nggak sih? Oke, bisa. Oh, kalau bakar diri. Oh, tapi tetap dihitung ya. Oh my god. Unable to use it Dragon Spine.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Bisa jadiin pet nggak itu? Oh, cuma
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Iya.
Yes.
Hmm.
You need to hurry up. Roasted.
Wait, nyalain dong. Nyalain dong. Kok di... Astaga, mati lagi. Berarti abis Dragon Spine tinggal nungguin apa? Nungguin Inazuma kelar, tinggal nungguin Ayaka. Kan dingin ya. Oh, kesini bisa. Oh my god, it's feel. Oh my god. Feelsnya saat ngebuka chest itu. Oh my god, sumpah. Lalala, aku pakai ini. Realistis, coba realistis nggak? Semakin tinggi semakin ini nggak? Semakin dingin nggak?
I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Apa itu?
Seems like there's more to being a nun in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Oh, kita kalau ke teleport bakal ini lagi. Oke. Oh, ada. Buset, ini bos.
Order guide you.
Aduh, belum full buff sih zonglinya. Zonglinya masih belum full buff sih. Full buff, full set. Jadi ultinya cuma 20.000. Ih, dingin. Oh, bisa pakai ini. Astaga, nih YouTube kenapa lagi? Innalillahi. YouTube ngebug dong. Aduh. Wait, bisa dibakar? Biar yang hijau-hijau itu bisa dibakar harusnya. Salah. Ini apaan sih? Ancient specialized block of cannot be met by fire attack. Only with an attacker. Scarlet Spores can.
Stabilize.
I see. Ngerti. Eh, aku ya hilang. Muncul lagi nggak tuh? Ya anjir nggak muncul lagi, ya udahlah. Oh, wait, wait. Jadi yang orang pikirin bukan. Duh, kok musiknya ngingetin suasana tempatnya ngingetin Sekiro deh. Oh, iya ini bisa naik malam ini sih. Oh, jadi keingetan Sekiro. Mungkin nanti ada rencana buat ini kali ya. Rencana buat apa? Live streaming Sekiro kali ya. Tapi Sekiro aku udah tamat, pas ngulang lagi dari awal. Atas sih, kita gebuk dulu ini. Ternyata sesuai story-nya.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
Oh,
The
to
word on
play.
the street is he loves sketching. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Sketches everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in danger? Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Aku malas sapu bersihnya lah.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them?
Oh, itu suaranya beda.
Thank the gods I'd already completed my sketch. Would have been ashamed to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with sketching hilly churros? What makes them so interesting?
Shut up, Paimon.
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, it may give you a clue.
A very
Wow, look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work.
Mungkin orang harus naik ke fullin aja kali ya. Suara orang juga lumayan gede sih.
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
Okay, Tiknan.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
So,
I see.
kita belum pernah ketemu
So
Sucrose ya.
sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
Whoa, you wanna start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life.
Padahal ada ya.
Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
It's possible. But I will do everything in my control to ensure your safety. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Oke, beauty boy. Ada yang sembunyi kah? Oh,
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Sebelum itu, fullin aja. Langsung dapat Challenger series 3. Ada series 2 aja belum. Series udah, series 1 udah. Tinggal ini doang ya. Oh, ini belum. Holy shit! Holy shit! Shit! Oh my god! Aku mau mati! Oh, fuck! Fuck! Aku mau mati! No! No! No, 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 no! Fuck! Fuck! Api! 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 Aduh! Oh, ini dihitung api ya. Oke, great. Wah, gitu anjir, satu udah pengen penuh. Beda tadi apa? The turntables tuh maksudnya? Knock a cryo slime. Oh. Oh ya, beda region ya kayaknya di sini.
La la la.
Kayaknya harus pakai HP deh biar lebih ini kalau yang merah-merah gitu.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint.
Aduh, ya teenager sih. Orang lebih mengharapkan karakter.
After awakening, even creation may be possible.
Karakter yang adult gitu, yang dewasa.
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
No,
Fascinating.
God, because she is
And
God.
this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springfield to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that
Berarti
there's no
dua
obvious
orang ya yang
difference
tahu.
between the composition of your body and that of the humans
Ya,
in
dua
this world.
setengah lah.
Given
Venti
that
kan
there's
gak
clearly a
diceritain
discrepancy in
bener-bener
your
sih
research,
ya. Atau
it
diceritain
seems that
ya.
only experimentation
Ya
will yield
tiga
the
lah ya.
answers.
Berarti
Firstly,
Venti, Mona,
this
sama
mysterious
Albedo ya.
elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area.
Venti tahu nggak
Perhaps you'll
sih?
be able to defeat them,
Kita tuh dari
using
dari
whatever
dunia
method
lain.
comes most naturally to you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very science-y.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine.
Hydromimics.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Yang lebih benci sama Cryo sih. Asal.
Dumpy Dumpty go! Woo! Boing boing, it's Maxie! Wow!
Ah. Ada lagi.
Dumpy da da da! Woo!
Astajim. Oke. Oh, udah. Cutscene dulu ya.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary?
Ada orang suka deh suara karakter-karakter yang low kayak gitu.
Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power.
Jepangnya di
If the
sama siapa ya?
elemental
Nanti orang
power
pengen
stored
nonton
or
ulang yang si
accumulated
Hans. Si Hans
physically
kan
within your
pakai
body,
bahasa Jepang ya.
this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Crystallize my stuff. Cap cucuk coba gue pilih pada yang mau dicup.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved, but if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign. Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it. It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining. Let's keep our eyes open.
Oh itu di situ. Aku pengen ke Astajim apa tuh? Musuh ternyata mama. Nah, skip. Jangan. Ini terhitung api, yes. Musuh baru ya ternyata itu. Oke. Berarti ini ya. Pet di mana sih?
La la la.
Ah, gimana? Tapi jauh. Di waktu nggak sih ini? Asik. The world's open itself. Yes. Tapi ini ya. Fenty tetap. Ya, tetap si Fenty sih. Tapi ini nggak sih? Tapi kan beda region ini. Nah kan, Dragon Spine masih tetap dihitung daerah monster, tapi apa ya, kayak beda region gitu enggak sih? Hutan-hutan ini kayak lebih manjat ke hutan-hutan gitu lah ya. At least nggak semanjat-manjatnya Liuwe lah. Tinggal ngeliling doang ya, ternyata dari situ cukup deket sih. Itu bisa ke paling atas itu maksudnya? Jangan jadi Spiderman. Telinga aku agak sakit bener. Ganti posisi headset dulu. Aduh.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Oh wait, bentar aku pengen.
This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
Jumpy Dumpty Go!
Wah, user dialog kayak ngasih di sini kayaknya. Melting, semua melting terus. Apaan nih, cerah banget. Oh, monster kelihatan dari sini.
What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Oh. Oh, ini kayak checkpoint gitu. Oke. Tapi kan padahal kita ada checkpoint ya di sini. Di bawah ada chest tuh. Tapi di bawah ada chest tuh. Ah, nanti aja, nanti paling ke bawah lagi kok.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider, you don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregis vine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world... Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time.
Ya,
Speaking of
itu
data,
kalungnya
to complete our research,
JP
we'll need
kirain
some more. I'll be conducting
Harusnya kalau
analysis here
ini
for the time
JPG
being.
aja.
If you're
Jadi
keen for an
biar
update, just come and find me.
kalian
Great, I'll leave you
timais.
to it.
Amin kebanyakan JPG sih ya. Wah, nggak mungkin model-model karakter
Looks
kayak
like the
gini tuh
potion's
nggak
ready.
JPG.
I'll try a
Saya
little
kalau
first. If all
bener-bener
goes well, I'll hand it over to you.
game
In
triple
line with my
E ya
expectations.
baru.
Ready to drink.
Apa
Remember
nih?
to keep calm
Take
at all
potion.
times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Oh. Oh, banyak. Bentar ya. Aku memulung dulu. Oh, situ bisa, oke. Langsung ya, oke. Aku memulung dulu ya. Nah, oke udah.
I've just tried some. Remember to keep. I'll be noting.
Hmm.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. Perhaps it's just scholarly self-assurance, and it certainly
Aduh.
speeds things up.
Mampet.
In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion.
Kan bisa
As far as
autoplay. Aku
elemental
kan
energy
jadi
is
bisa.
concerned,
Ah.
you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same, they can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick,
Suaranya
the
Abed
doctor
ini
can
gitu terlalu
diagnose you
santai,
because they
orang
are
suka.
you.
I like
When
nanti orang
something
pengen
goes
dengerin
wrong,
yang versi bahasa
you can ask people who've
Jepangnya
made the same
dari
mistake for
YouTube
their
sih.
experience because you are them. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an eye of the storm. Have I explained it clearly enough? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise of an elemental life form, now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albedo, say something.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something. Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Orang suka ini autoplaynya nggak kayak di game-game lain. Jadi kalau game-game lain kan masih ada jeda dan jedanya masih cukup lama gitu. Observe installation in the camp.
An elemental life form from another world. As Albedo's research will see huge...
Oh. Kemana sih? Salah.
An elemental life form from another world. As soon as we have strong evidence, this may end up subverting a lot of alchemical Albedo's
Ini harus kemana sih? Bakal ngebug. Observe. Ah.
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
Penting banget anjir itu, padahal cuman memperbaiki ini apa namanya?
I'm back.
Dragging
Did
ya
you
namanya
see
tuh.
anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical
Road
purposes.
dragging itu namanya.
You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side. Do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world? I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose. Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientists.
Shut up,
stuff.
Paimon.
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Paimon bets you're just hungry. It does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always on the same page.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Anjir.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem.
Anjir.
How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the whip. Where does it get these ideas from anyway?
Oh wait, berarti nanti orang kemana nih? Kesini berarti nggak perlu susah-susah lagi dong nih kesini. Tinggal ya paling tepe lah ya dari sini. Nah, soalnya kan kalau yang ini benar-benar jauh sih. Ini tinggal loncat doang ya kesini dari air terjun deket daun miner ini. Ini bos, jelas. Dingin. Sunshine spread. Sunshine spread ini. Ya nggak punya bater aku ternyata. Baterainya buat tersisa anjir. Baterainya buat tersisa anjir. Tipis banget tadi kata gagal itu.
That was fast. Looking forward to testing the results.
Anda ingin makan, saya juga tahu.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next experiment. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a batch.
Cuman sambil cas aja lah biar nanti pas main LOL.
Majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah, you could use elemental sight.
Dingin. Astaga. Ih. No.
This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right? This has got...
Goodness. You managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks. I'm wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment. I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning.
To the end, how do I get off?
In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Let's start with physical. Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing?
Aduh, aku
And
bukan
if you jump from
Superman.
here and landed on
She is
that
not
cliff,
Superman.
the one over there.
If you jump
Did you
from
see her
here
there?
and land on that cliff, the one over there.
So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments? Then could you see her? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Ke atas ya. Nyala kamu. Langsung kebakar dong. Enggak. Ih, kayaknya anjir level 80 lagi. Tapi aku gatal pengen berjelajah. Tapi nggak jadi deh kayaknya. Anjir tuh tinggal berapa lagi tuh? Lah, tinggal 50 lagi naik dong. Oh, naik ke atas. Astaga. When exploring the Dragon's region, you will sometimes find kind of crystalline substance known as crimson agates, offering make it yield rich reward. Okay. Gila, aku 80 semua di sini. Gila, benar-benar di atas pantesan.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is.
That's very reassuring.
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis. Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us.
Tadi kayaknya ngebug
Some of
deh,
us would be
Paiwan suaranya
unable to
nggak ada.
stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research.
This is a little less stressful than superpower.
Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Nggak ada apa-apa. Oh ada. Nggak mau gerak loh.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to. If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects. The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. I hope you won't be offended. Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is all these things that start out as objects of fascination.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to sketch those hilichurls? Because you got to see something new and interesting and the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like sketches?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for a lifetime. Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence. Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Nani? Intelligence? But dah naik ternyata dong. Wait, perasaan di seberang situ chestnya. Nanti aja lah kita hunting chest di sini ya. Loh, kok lagunya lagu Mozart sih? Harusnya berubah dong lagunya juga. Lagunya Dragon Spine ya. Jadi ada lagu Dragon Spine. World Train kayak Ascension ya ada. Di Ascens kayak Ascension-nya ya. Gila aja sih sebenarnya. Dropannya lebih worth it nggak ya? Untuk dropan ini, dropan apa namanya, dropan artifak. $26.000 sebulan kalau free to play player bro. Nah, ada update kecil kah? Crimson Agate. Astaga, salah, bukan buka karakter. Ya kurang lebih kayak inilah ya yang polos. Kirain yang itu Snaya. Ternyata Snaya tuh, kirain yang salju itu Snaya. Ternyata Snaya itu di sini nih. Di di pojok kiri atas sini ya katanya Snaya nih. Nah, nih di sini Snaya. Astaga, main. Oh ya, bisa dihancurin itu. Ini. Lost books. Nanti aja lah. Push. Push.
La la la.
Wih, agak berat nih. Ini sih nggak mungkin sih di HP. Kecuali kok HP ya lumayan ini. I mean, cukup berat loh ini. Kalau di HP ditaruh main di HP. Oh, nggak bisa. Kirain. Ya udah, oh gitu. Bisa sih sebenarnya langsung balik sih, cuman ini tanggungnya ada. Kamu nggak nyerang, aku nggak nyerang. Deal, deal. Cukup dalam ya, fine. Nah, Astajim. Allahu Akbar. Itu kemana ya itu? Bener harus ngeliling kah? Salah, fine ngeliling. Oh, agak berat. Frame dropping. Ya, beli 1660 aja deh. Well, PC sih masih lama sekarang. Kalau pengen rakit PC masih tahun depan kok. Apaan tuh anjing? Ya skip aja sih, jangan dilatih. Nikmat banget sumpah. Udah lama nggak ngerasain. Allah Akbar digembok. So cool. Di sini ada. Salah. Meninggal. Nyari jalan sih yang. Holy shit, ini bisa nggak ya lewat sini? Oh nggak, itu mati. Tuh, masa manjat dulu? Gimana ke situ tuh? Bener-bener kayak Iceborne ya. Cuman kalau Iceborne ini. Kalau Iceborne kan cuma nguras stamina-nya doang. Udah jadi pengen main Monster Hunter lagi. Oke, sip, kita balik lagi ke atas. Di sini juga ada challenge. Ya, saya kalau sambil streaming agak berat sih. Harus lewat atas, harus ke atas dulu lah. Oke, kita pergi ke. Selesainya lewatin dua aja lah. Oh, itu ada di atas tuh. Oh, itu ditandainnya. Oke. Sama kayak tandanya kayak Anemocolus atau Geocolus gitu. Nah, kalau di luar lumayan ringan nih. Nope, I'm not gonna mess with that. Dia udah bisa keluar. Bayi bisa paling atas itu nggak ya? Penasaran deh. Coba deh nanti aku panjat ke atas itu. Kabut banget anjir, serem. Di sini juga ada Colossus, oke. Colossus, Selamat maksudnya Selamat. Holy shit! Sebelum itu. Ding.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe.
Where there.
A tried and tested adventurer, I see. So, let's see you in action. Start wherever you like.
Okay, beauty boy.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Yes.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Silly. Bukan Sally ya, dibaca silly itu baca. Okay. A good things. Oh, berat ya kalau sambil streaming maksudnya. Dia ngarahnya ke itu di ujung sih, ternyata. Oh, ada juga time attack di situ. Bentar, ditandain dulu biar nggak lupa.
Quake!
Kesel. Alhamdulillah. Sendawa terus. Maju.
Dumpty Dumpty go! Ooh, Dumpty Dumpty go!
This is order.
23 itu sih Hans. Tadi 80.000 anjir. Hans di Juma 80.000 anjir, kok bisa ya? Satu kali ulti doang.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Okay. I take it. I pass the intelligence.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You didn't leave the mountain?
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to. I must say, you let your guards down.
Damn,
Or maybe
girl,
you were drawn
get
to
some
his
sleep.
compelling sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor.
That's I back. Damn. He has.
Taking orders from a complete stranger, drinking anonymous potions, participating in all kinds of strange experiments. I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were colluding from the beginning.
Listen, sister, your guard's so high you can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only evidence left on the
Astaga,
agenda are
matai
these
kemana sih, sumpah.
We don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. Not to mention, seems like there's nothing more to them. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat. Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that.
Yes.
Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo.
Ya, nggak bisa naik dari sini. Oh, fun. Harus manjat ya ini. Manjat, nyebrang, terbang dari jembatan. Lalalala.
you're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? I wouldn't worry. She's just doing her job. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders?
Only the god would know.
I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Tevat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom. But after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition. Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
Aww.
It was so sharp. Nice.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
Paimon thought, with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever, and it didn't even have any fruit.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
I wonder how my brother is.
Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after you. Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential, your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again? Well, glad I can count on you. I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections.
Literally disembunyiin ya arti sebenarnya ya. Hasil sebenarnya disembunyiin ya.
Alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If one day I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
Wait, Albedo maksudnya apa? Wait, udah, quest complete. Traveler observation. Oh, masih ada.
Let's see how our fellow explorers are doing.
Oh, sini juga ada ya. Balik lagi ke ini masih belum banyak ya, masih harus ada yang dibuka-bukain yang kayak kalau strip off kalau strip off gitu aku manggilnya ya, harus dicari. Mungkin orang masih bisa lanjut kali ya, untuk story quest orang masih bisa lanjut sih sebenarnya. Head to the adventurous camps.
Hey, it's Sucrose! Are you here to explore the snowy mountain? You scared me. Please, don't scare me like that. I was giving my research report some much-needed consideration. But you were just standing over there, staring into space. Not at all. I was just thinking of a name for a new subspecies of sweet flower I propagated. It has seeds that are 4 times as large as normal.
Can you eat that? I wonder.
Oh, are you interested? Wonderful. Next time, please allow me to show you the fruits of my work. It's a shame. If I wasn't coming to this mountain, I would have brought some samples with me. Yeah. Weren't you doing research in the city? How come you're here? Timaeus and I were helping Albedo organize research data. Timaeus just left, in fact. You didn't run into him? Sure didn't. He said that he wasn't as sharp as Albedo when it came to data. By quite a long shot, in fact. The significance of some things Albedo is able to grasp almost immediately, but we, on the other hand, take considerable time. I fear that this must be the difference in our knowledge and experience showing. Timaeus seemed rather depressed about the matter. He said he was going to take a walk, so I'm currently settling the leftover affairs myself. I was originally going to take a look around myself after finishing up here, but unexpectedly, I gleaned some interesting data from these reports. But, well, guess my search for secrets will have to wait. Secrets? Ooh, what secrets? Actually, do you two have time right now? Don't have anything on us but that. Then, could I ask you for a favor? In truth, I feel like Albedo is concealing something from myself and Timaeus. But isn't he your teacher? What would a teacher have to hide from his students? That's true, but I feel like he's always hiding something. It is my personal guess that it is some great secret of alchemy. Wait, how are you so sure? Timaeus and I are both passionate researchers of alchemy. If it was anything else, Albedo wouldn't have any reason to hide it from us. You do have a point. Could you help me investigate what it is that Albedo's hiding? Please. I'm just too curious. What do you think?
I'm curious about all the secret stash.
Yes! Thank you. Alright. Let's take a little trip, shall we?
Shall we? Okay. Oh, diukas ya. Sejam lagi bisa nih lah ya. Wait, kita balik lagi ke. Oke. Balik lagi ke situ ternyata. Ya, sejam lagi bisa sih, ya. Ya, bisa lah, sejam lah. Ya, LBT-nya lagi.
Albedo!
Why are you here? Are you lost?
No, we're not.
Commission as to you conceal some unspeakable.
A secret?
Hey, what are you doing? Our mission calls for a delicate approach.
Well, we weren't fooling him either way.
Sure, but still.
Actually, you've arrived at just the right moment. I have business with you too, in fact. Here, catch.
Huh? What's this?
As you can see, it is a sword.
In the forging, are you?
I did not make the sword. However, I did add some alchemical touches to it. Would you like to try it out? My research indicates that this sword has some unique properties.
Pedang
Only
gratis.
you can use it, but I need to gather data from it quite urgently. So, could I bother you to use it in battle?
Wait a second. How can there be a sword that only one person can use?
Very astute of you. This sword has indeed had a curse laid upon it. An ordinary person would be unable to wield it at all. However, you are an exception.
Huh?
Or perhaps I should say that only you are immune to the curse. As such, who could I find to help me if not you? We gain little from saying more. Go find some monsters nearby. After all, some things are best discovered through practice.
Oke. Pardon. Wait, pedang gratis dong. Anda increase elemental skill damage by 60% and elemental skill critical rate by dikurangin ya. Asik. Pedang gratis, boy. Kapan lagi coba anjinget lagi? Think of Mr. Sword and do battles. Tanda-tandain dulu aja sih, jangan sekarang kalau lagi bosen kan lumayan tuh. Kalau ininya kalau sempet ambil aja sih. Huh?
How about those over there?
Paimon still has a bad feeling about this.
Gather!
Boing, boing, boing! Dumpy, dumpy, go!
Over here! It's with this brat!
Gimana?
Give it back, you thief!
Treasure hoarders? There are treasure hoarders in a place this cold?
Enough talk! Hand it over!
Watch out!
Musuh yang paling benci nih.
Troublesome! Gather! This is order! Another test subject. Suffocate!
Duh, tau gitu sisanya ini aja.
Order guide you. Have a little taste.
Now that's rich! Treasure hoarders calling us thieves?
They certainly arrived quickly.
Wait. Yeah.
Goodness, no.
They seem to have been talking about this sword. What's going on?
Why are you looking at me like that? Of course I didn't steal this sword. Not long ago, the knights caught a band of treasure hoarders outside the city. The goods they were smuggling were also impounded. This sword was one of those items. We believed it to be stolen plunder, but no one came to claim it. Nor could we find out where it came from, so it languished in our stores. I noticed it quite by chance while in our storehouse. To tell you the truth, such an old sword would see little use outside of alchemy.
You claimed it for yourself? Just like that? So, then what happened? You just took it with you?
Indeed. And I initially intended to perform some experiments on it, but I unexpectedly discovered its true origins in the process. This ancient-looking weapon once passed through the hands of a now-deceased blacksmith. It is a legendary, magical sword.
A magical sword?
It is said that the smith
Aduh,
vanished not long
sejam
after
lagi, 3
creating
jam ya
the
berarti
weapon,
orang sekarang kayaknya.
with the weapon
Harusnya sih kalau
subsequently
buat
becoming
story
lost to
questnya
time.
doang sih kayaknya.
Working backwards from its eventual fate as
Paling
plunder,
besok kalau pengen live
one can guess that it was
Genshin
then stolen
lagi ya
by the
live
treasure
eventnya
hoarders,
aja sih.
where it remained in obscurity till recently.
The blacksmith who made this weapon disappeared? That's kinda spooky. No wonder it's cursed.
Exactly. Do you know the story of Durin in this mountain?
Durin?
Was the black dragon who menaced Mondstadt, before finally being defeated by the combined efforts of the Valen and the Animo Archon Barbados. After a fierce battle, the vanquished Durin crashed to ruin here, falling into the thick snow. Snow gathers atop this mountain and never melts, which is a most curious phenomenon. Which leads one to wonder, was Durin's fall here purely by chance, or was it intent?
Could it really have been intent?
Perhaps this place was chosen as a gravesite precisely so that the snow's power could seal the corrosive toxin coming from Durin's body. It seems plausible that Barbados would think of such a method.
Huh. Was Barbados such a capable god?
Well, these are just my postulations. I don't have any evidence.
Abi Fetish literally kerjanya mabuk-mabukan doang anjir. Nggak kayak si Zongli ya, sama saja di Rex Lapis, sama jadi Morex.
Indeed, the dragon's eyes, claws, and scales ground into dust before being used to coat the blade. In this way, Durin's corruption and venom entered into the sword and became the source of its power. This is very advanced craftsmanship. I presume that having successfully forged the weapon, the smith must have tried it out themselves in their joy. But using the sword in battle would have allowed the corruption to seep through the blade's handle and into their bodies. Ordinary mortals cannot withstand such power. The blacksmith must then have fled, driven mad by the curse, before meeting their end in some unknown place. You've purified the volunteers before, which is a very rare ability indeed. This ability has protected you from being corrupted or poisoned, and you can completely eliminate their effects, which is why you and only you can properly wield this sword.
Still, this sword really is huge. Yikes! It's glowing!
As far as I'm concerned, this is where the real experiment begins. This sword is still very weak at present. However, it is able to absorb energy, and through that, it is able to constantly become stronger. In some sense, you could even say that it is a living thing. Well then, traveler, adventure with it to your heart's content. I need you to help it grow. I believe that we will soon have all the proof that we need.
Semoga bentar sih ya yang ini. Oh udah. Oh ini eventnya baru mulai nih. The Chalk Prince and the Dragon. Ah, I see. Collect the enhance. Oh, enhance sampai level 20, enhance sampai level 40. Oke. Main mau 4 juta men, nungguin Ayaka aja sih. Well, Aing punya hutang juga buat naikin Jin. Eh, ini Kalian di mana ya? Rainworm Crystal, Rainworm, Raidman Crystal, nah itu di mana ya? Patuh itu. Eh, oh udah kelar. Ya udah sih. Oh kayaknya dalam gua deh, yang dalam gua yang tadi udah jelajahin itu ya. Oke lah nanti aja tapinya ya. Oh udah kelar ya, mungkin nanti kalau ada ini lagi ini lah paling ya. Nah sisanya ini doang sih ya. Sisanya World Quest paling extension ya, ini World Quest. World Genshin cuma nanti aja kayaknya, masih terlalu berat buat orang. What's done is done. Orang balik ke Mondstadt dulu. Oh itu udah 60, cuman besok aja lah. Besok kayak buat daily. Besok aja simpan buat daily ini. Udah sore nih.
Add Astra at
Astaga. Udah level 50 nggak tuh? Nggak berasa ya udah level 50. Yang di PS belum aku upgrade lagi. Update lagi. Oh udah nggak ada ini lagi ya buat constellation karakter utamanya ya. Constellation karakter utama aku lihat. Ya udah layang-layang bunga ya, serigala, cawan, zongli ya, tombak ke bukannya zongli. Kalau si pendek aku juga udah lihat. Burung. Ini harus dapetin ini ya dulu ya. Oh Jin orang suka si ini ya, si Saito Chiwa soalnya yang isi suaranya. Tapi ada Zhongli. Kalau aku bawa ke Jepang, suara Zhonglinya nggak seseksi yang ini. Ya bodoh lah, by the way. Number 11 ya naikin. Cukup banyak ya yang nemuin. Oh yes. Oh wait. Gila tuh lebih dari 20 critical damage-nya. Holy shit kalau dipakai gini. OMG 100%. Tapi untuk saat ini attack-nya pakai yang ini dulu aja sih. Weapon tetap sih ya pakai yang ini, tinggal nanti orang beli battle pass naikin ininya. Jadi setara sama yang ini. Kalau kan ini kan nambah 16%, kapan kalau ini kan nambah 20% tapi harus dapat ini dulu kan. Cuman kalau yang ini kan tetap apa. Nah kalau udah di ini dua, kalau udah di refine lagi ke ring 2 Nah, jadi itu 20 setara sama ini. Nah, anyway, astaga ini yang grinding banget, PR banget ini yang grinding sampai Razer dulu sih. Belum lagi Razer ya, orang harus atur ulang ininya, harus pakai apa, Thunder Fury, Zhongli ya, Zhongli sih. Udah terakhir sih kayaknya Zhongli ini. Tinggal upgrade ini. Yang upgrade ini terus ya ini sih. Oh enggak, ini harus nyari critical damage. Udah deh ya. Nanti belinya kapan ya ini ya? Nanti aja kalau udah lumayan di level 45-an kali ya. Kalau udah di level 45-an baru deh. Udah gak akan askan di sini dulu. Dah, kayaknya udah sih. Kayaknya sudah live streamnya. Sudah. Udah nggak ada, kecuali nanti kalau udah ada story quest lagi baru udah live stream lagi. Baru, oh wait, tidak ada achievement. Dah, live streamnya sudah. Dah, sudah. Agak sedikit ngebug barusan.